Yo, what's up everyone? Roll intro. What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Work to Create, where I explain to you guys how I made my last video, tips, tricks, and links, all to help you guys become better content creators. So let's get into it. My last video was part 2 of My Home, Your Home, Our Home, featuring my sister, Danielle. Turned out really, really well. Super proud of it. So let's dive into how I made it, huh? Okay, so this was part 2 of a part 4 series. So I wasn't really able to put together too much of a story, and for that exact reason, I focused on my subject and the feelings that I wanted to be portrayed through the video. How did I do that? I did this mainly through the music that I chose. All Eyes on Me, I got the song off of Epidemic Sounds. I'm subscribed to them. They have tons of really good, high quality songs. Lots of YouTubers use it. I'll include the link in the bio, I'll include the link down below. And basically, I wanted something, I mean, like, you would expect, like, there's a girl singing, and you would expect to see kind of a girl in the shot. And, like, I really wanted to, you know, I knew for sure that I wanted a close-up of her eyes, and I really strove to, when I was editing, I put all the clips that kind of, like, were leading up to when she begins to say, "All eyes on me." I put all the clips without her eyes in the beginning, and that way when it finally says "all eyes on me," it like really strikes at the viewer and really gets people's attention. The second way that I was able to kind of convey like a tone or a feeling is through color grading, which leads me to my next point. Color grading is extremely important. I think we've talked about it before with lighting and whatnot, but color grading, so I wasn't able to get enough B-roll, as much B-roll as I needed for the video. So what I did is I went and found some stock footage of this time-lapse of these clouds, and all these clouds were like this purple, pinkish coloring, and so I figured, okay, let's make that the color theme of this video. So I went into the color grading tab in Premiere, and I used the RGB curves to really focus on the purples and the pinks and kind of the sunshine, yellow tones, some blues obviously, and really tried to just make everything uniform, make all the exposure, all the shadows the same throughout the entire video. And I mostly did that through RGB curves and like part of the creative options that they give us in Premiere. So I will include a link to a tutorial that Justin Odisho does, and he does a really good job at explaining how to color correct the right way without distorting your images, how to make everything look cinematic. It makes a big difference when people are watching. I'll also include a link on how to create the bars on the top and the bottom. It really helps create that cinematic feel. Again, so I'll include that link down below as well. As always, I'm going to talk about my editing techniques. And so I did, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 editing techniques. 2 of them I use all the time, which are speed ramps and sound effects. Speed ramps are basically where you speed up your footage super fast and then you slow it down into like slow motion, usually shot in about 60 frames per second. I'll include a tutorial by Olufemi Tutorials. It's advanced speed ramping, really good. You can learn a lot from it. And sound effects, so I use a sound pack made by Josh from Olufemi Tutorials. Really worth the amount of money that you have to pay for it. Definitely recommend checking that out. The link to the sound pack will be in the description. There's lens flares, so I used a ton of lens flares. As you can see in the video, the sun is always going in and out of the frames, and so I used those lens flares to really mask my transitions and just kind of make kind of a better flow through the video. Again, you want to create a thematic look, and so you want to continue certain aspects of your video throughout the entire video. Peter McKinnon also has a really good tutorial on speed ramps, so I'll drop that link as well. Blending modes. So I use blending modes for the majority of my transitions, and so just to make them smoother, kind of create some cool effects. There was one part where it was really clear that I was using a blending mode, and so I want to show you guys this.
All the eyes on me, all the eyes are not on me, all the eyes on me.
And so you can see it's like there's two clips, one on top of the other, and they're both showing through, and it creates this really cool effect. Combined with some slow motion, speed ramping, all those things. The only way to get better at blending modes is just to experiment, like over and over and over again. You finally become familiar with what each one does, and really you're never gonna know what they do because sometimes they react different depending on the lighting and the colors in different clips. So definitely work on those, and yeah, so that's how I created a lot of my transitions. Okay, so we're always our hardest critics, right? So I want to tell you guys kind of what I think I could have done better. And so things that I thought I could have improved on were the order of the clips. So there were times when you probably saw like the same clip or like the same content in a clip probably twice, if not 3 times. There was a couple clips that I overused. So I really got to focus on finding different shots of the same thing that will make my film more dynamic, create more depth, because I felt like it was just the same movements over and over again, and then like the same content over and over again, and it kind of got repetitive in my mind. And so I want to create better orders in my clips, and that starts by knowing what you want to shoot and shooting several different angles in different movements of the same thing. That way, when you go into post, you'll have so many options and you're able to create a very in-depth, diverse edit. Okay, and the next thing was, yeah, camera movements. So there were times where it was just kind of back and forth and up and down, and not enough of going in and out and around. Creating that depth in a video really, one, steps up the cinematography of it, and 2, it really it just grabs people's attention, and it's really appealing. The other thing I thought was it was a little bit of an overkill on the lens flares. One main reason was on the lens that I was using, I had a UV filter, and it was kind of a little bit cheaper glass, and so it creates tons of lens flares, but it also creates this dirty ring that I'm not really a fan of, and it doesn't really look that professional to me. And so from now on, when the sun is out, I will be I'll be taking that UV filter off. I mainly use it to protect my lens, but it's creating some unwanted flares, unwanted distractions in the video, and yeah, so that's what I want to do better. That's it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Your support means everything. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more of these things, please subscribe. Part 3 and 4 of My Home, Your Home, Our Home are coming out, and you won't want to miss them because I'm gonna get better, and hopefully I was able to help you guys get better. So yeah, see you guys later.